Why so many women are emotionally lonely in supposedly good marriages. As a marriage therapist, one of the most common patterns I have been seeing lately, almost like a trend, is a woman who sits across from me alone or with her partner, overwhelmed with frustration and sadness, saying something like, "He's a good man, he works hard, he's loyal, he's a great dad, but I feel completely alone in this relationship." And she's not alone. More and more women are finding themselves in marriages that look fine on paper, yet emotionally feel barren. So, what's happening? Well, is there a biological difference between men and women? Of course. Or are we seeing the effects of a cultural shift? All right, we're living in a time where emotional intimacy is no longer optional. It's expected, especially by women who are evolving emotionally at a fast rate. They're doing the self work, they're craving deeper connection in their relationships. But their male partners, not necessarily. Many of their partners are very loving, responsible, even protective. All wonderful things, but emotionally underdeveloped. Not because they're incapable, it's because they were never taught. There are some neurological differences, right? Women tend to have more brain activity in regions related to emotion and language, but biology does not account for the vast emotional gap that I see in this therapy room. For generations, boys were taught to suppress emotion, avoid vulnerability, and equate masculinity with stoicism. Meanwhile, girls were encouraged to express their feelings, nurture relationships, and explore emotional worlds. So, fast forward to today, when women want relational depth, presence, and shared emotional labor, and men are left confused, defensive, or checked out. Not many people, not really, not really bad people, but just ill-equipped. Now, these women aren't leaving because of infidelity or finances necessarily. They're leaving because they're exhausted from carrying the emotional weight of the relationship. They're tired of not being met in their most human needs, to be seen, to be heard, and felt. All right? Emotional intelligence is just not optional anymore. So, this isn't about blaming men, it's about teaching skills that were never modeled, or emotional intelligence, empathy, and attunement. These are learnable, okay? But they require intentional work. They require vulnerability and support. So my mission and is to really bridge the gap between these two and encourage this couple that help and improvement is available. You don't have to leave the relationship to get the emotional connection you're looking for. We have to communicate clearly. Men have to be willing to grow emotionally and not just do the basics and meet their spouse in that emotional way. And I encourage the women to be patient with this.